Everyone's attached to something. Hi everyone, let's talk about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 4, Episode 1, The Ghost. Now, as you've probably noticed, Americ is not here with me. He's traveling, but fear not, he will be back next week to review Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. with me. But now, can we talk about how he missed an amazing premiere? Holy crap. Let's take a moment and appreciate how good this episode was. Let's jump into it, starting with some quick thoughts. I love how the episode jumped right into the action, kind of like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s way of being like, did you miss me? Yes, we did. Yes, we did miss you. I also love the opening with the logo set a little bit on fire, as if Ghost Rider is touching this season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. like a hint. I love when Max said to Coulson about seeing May, I think you look forward to that more than I do. Cut to May kicking the ass of some guy that she's training, and it's like, yeah, I can see why. I love when Fitz gives Mac the exploding pen that he ordered, and he's like, what? Haven't you always wanted one? Although I do feel like Coulson's new arm beats exploding pen. I mean, the thing has X-ray vision now, and who knows what else. And now let's jump into the story. So the team is pretty much spread apart and broken up, and I really feel like this season will be all about them, coming back together. This is kind of what you do, you break the team apart and you bring them back together. But it's always fun to see how they're gonna get back together, what, kind of things they're gonna have to face in order to get back to the way it was, or maybe a little different, who knows. So that of course leads me to talking about the director. Who's this omnipresent figure in this episode? We never actually see him, yet he feels like he was part of this episode so much because they talked about him almost every scene, right? Like a lot. They sort of paint this image of him to give us, the audience, an idea of, who he is. This new director is like this evil figure in a way, or like he broke up S.H.I.E.L.D., he has all these rules in place, and that's all being set up until we meet him, which I'm guessing is next episode, since that episode is called Meet the New Boss. What I'm curious to know is whether they have painted this picture so we kind of hate him, but then turns out he's not that bad, or is he really going to be this figure that we kind of wish wasn't there, is just there to just annoy our team and just get in the way of what we want them to be doing. I'm hoping they actually go the route of like, oh, I kind of like him. He's not that bad. I mean, yeah, he broke the team, but I can understand him. And that leads me to talking about Simmons, who is now special advisor to the director in science and technology, or as Fitz very eloquently calls it, sadist. I think that just speaks for itself. I really love the setup of Simmons as sort of the director's pet, and that is until she has this talk with May where she's like, look, yes, of course the director isn't our friend, and, I don't really trust him and I don't know him, but should we just stay completely out of the loop and not know anything? Or should we at least try to keep some sort of control over our lives, or at least stay in the loop in some way as to what's happening? And I gotta give it to Simmons, at least she's trying in a different way, she's trying in her own way to sort of keep the team together, or keep what they have built sort of intact, not really intact. Dr. Radcliffe, oh yeah, he's back, and he's bringing Ada with him, a physical Ada, which Fitz was not, expecting, which was quite funny. First of all, as much as Dr. Radcliffe is trying to create Ada as something positive, as something to protect agents, I feel like if they do perfect the technology, chances are it's going to be used for something else. And where's the fun if someone doesn't try to steal that technology? But I'm also really excited because I really love stories about AI and robots and stuff like that. So I'm hoping we see an evolution of Ada, and I can't wait to see what they come up with. Daisy. So Daisy is still on the run, doing her own thing. But on the other hand, she is going after bad people, so it's like, well, do we want her to get caught? Not really. She's not a bad person. I mean, hell, even Ghost Rider was like, you're fine, I'm not gonna kill you. Speaking of Ghost Rider, oh my god. I love Ghost Rider. It actually makes me think a little bit of the Punisher in Daredevil in the way that he acts and the way they sort of introduced him in the episode. You have this sort of figure who's attacking these people off camera. You're not really seeing who he is, and you're like, oh, he's badass, and apparently he ripped the spine out of one of them. I mean, it's crazy. He doesn't play. Don't mess with Ghost Rider. To me, there's a little bit of a parallel between, you have S.H.I.E.L.D. who's trying to do it the quote, the right way, and then Ghost Rider is just like, I'm just taking no prisoner, and I'm just gonna rid the town of all these guys. I feel like it's a similar thing in Daredevil. You know, Daredevil is trying to do it the right way, not kill anybody, versus Punisher is like, screw that. I'm just gonna, you know, all these people need to die, and I'm just gonna, you know, do the hard choice, and I'm just gonna do it my way and take no prisoner, because that just doesn't work, which I love, and I'm so excited that they're doing that in this show. Now, of course, Ghost Rider sort of has a different method, because Robbie Reyes, who is the human who becomes Ghost Rider, he is not really the one who decides who he's gonna kill or go after. Really seems like the ghost is the one who makes the decision, who can judge people. Also, Ghost Rider reminded me of Hulk a little bit when he tells the guy that he had prisoner, if you don't tell me, you'll have to tell him. Sort of like, you wouldn't like me when I'm angry. But yeah, Ghost Rider, I love him. And I love that he has really different methods than S.H.I.E.L.D. And I think that's gonna be a very interesting conflict. While they might not be friends, could they at some point find a way to work together or do things together? I don't know. I'm really, really looking forward to seeing how they all cross paths and how it all works out. Just give me more Ghost Rider and I'll be happy. And of course, finally, I want to talk about May and the box. What's in the box? I feel like I do this joke in a lot of reviews, but it just works every time. What is up with shows and boxes? Something came out of that box. We don't really know what it is. It looks like some sort of ghost, which now makes me wonder whether the title of the episode actually refers to Ghost Rider or to what was in the box, or maybe to both. But it certainly looked like a ghostish figure or something like that. If you guys know what it is, maybe from the comics, you know, let me know in the comments. I did find that it was interesting that May seems to have been affected by the box, and yet when she saw Coulson change face or have like that distorted face that the other guys had seen previously, she didn't really react, as if she sort of like expected that this was happening, or she knew that she had been affected in some way, so she didn't really freak out. So I wonder what kind of effects the box would have on her if she's aware or doesn't seem to be affected the same way that the other guys were. So, but one thing's for sure, it's not good that she's been affected. Like, obviously they ended it this way because it's like, what does it mean? May seems to be affected. What's gonna happen? I don't know. So far, I'm really excited about season 4 because it's looking so freaking good. And I didn't even notice that Ward wasn't there, which is crazy because he's been there like as a villain for 3 seasons, but it just, this episode felt just so good that I didn't miss him. So good job, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm very, very excited for this season. I can't wait to see more. And that's all I have for now, but if you want to talk more about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., we're also going to have weekly live Q&As on Wednesdays at 11 a.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern time. This first one I'm going to be doing by myself, but the next ones Americ will be doing with me as well. So hope you can join. Of course, in the meantime, I would love to hear your thoughts on this episode. Did you enjoy it as much as I did? Are you loving Ghost Rider? What is that ghosty thing that we met? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe for more Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. reviews. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Here's some action for you, and more, and more. And here's Ghost Rider, and it's amazing.